Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where I've been kind of procrastinating recording this episode because I don't necessarily see a path forward. I mean, I think there is one. It's gonna potentially be a bit of a grind, but we'll see how this ends up going. Now this Forge world needs some housing. Let's go ahead and build it a city district. That'll be okay. This generator world also needs some housing. Let's give it a generator district. And this tech world needs a structure. Let's give it a research lab. Okay. So there's our colonies handled for now. We're currently being bombarded at Dungle, which it's not literally the worst thing. I guess I'm okay with that. Now, last episode, these guys were heading off this direction. I have restarted the game in between episodes, and I'm not sure if they've just reset their directionality or if they have recalculated and are going to Grummium. If they are, that's kind of a worst case scenario for this right here. So I guess we'll see what they're going to do. Now, we do have this combat fleet on its way up to Canopus. And that's all well and good. We're going to need to get them upgraded, and that's probably going to be the first thing that we're going to do there. We're also going to need to reinforce that fleet, but we kind of don't have the ability to do that. I mean, we are building this battleship currently for this fleet here, and when that battleship finishes up, how powerful will that be? We don't actually know. I wish it said in the tooltips what the actual fleet strength would be, but I guess it doesn't because the fleet strength can be, you know, calculated by things like auras and things like that. But I'd still like to know the base fleet strength. That would be nice. But alas, we don't know that. Battleships are usually fairly powerful. If we look at our cruisers here, then we can see that the military power of these cruisers is 537. I expect the battleship's power to be roughly double that, so I expect about 1,000 power out of those battleships. So that'll put us up to about 6,500 per fleet. Now the unfortunate thing here is that the third combat fleet is located at Canopus. These guys are otherwise ready to go other than the battleship. I'm just thinking, I would love to send them over here and link up with the second combat fleet, but I think we were just caught a little too off guard to pull that off right now. I think we have to tick forward a little bit and see what these guys are planning.
A spaceport is the set.
Okay. That makes me sad. Where are we under attack? Oh, right there. Yeah, that's fine. So, these guys were leaving previously.
A spaceport has been lost to the other side.
Yeah, they did recalculate. That sucks. So we're likely to lose Grummium Station. In that case, the question now becomes, do we want to bleed them? Hope to take out maybe a couple of their cruisers and weaken them? I mean, they have that mothership there, but we could do that. We could simply sacrifice this here and see how effective it is. Take out, like, cancel this battleship before it finishes up, if they're in fact coming into Grummium, and just see how poorly we perform. It will be quite poorly. The other option is withdraw this fleet. And I think that's the correct option here. We'll withdraw the fleet, say, back to Unatra. I think we gotta just get out of there. And then we'll take this fleet up to Unatra and try to group up. It's not quite halfway, but I think we just have to yield this position. Yeah, they are definitely jumping into Grummium. Let's see if we can get out of there in time. It's a big system, so that works to our advantage. The Shroud is currently accessible. Let's go ahead and pop in there. In the deeper regions of the Shroud, a presence suddenly makes itself felt. Visitors, like us. A powerful psionic probe made by minds as utterly alien to us as they are to the Shroud. A faint image of massive organic beings floating in some kind of thick, gaseous atmosphere while being attended by swarms of smaller creatures flickers briefly into existence as their psychic echo touches our own. So we can potentially increase our army morale. That's not amazingly successful. And we failed anyway. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and cancel this battleship. 100% happening. And the third combat fleet, I'm going to hit that reinforce fleet button on. What did that all queue up? That queued up 2 corvettes and 2 cruisers. Not much. Okay. Noted. Well, we did manage to get out of there, and I think... Well, they didn't actually one-shot this. That's good. I mean, I doubt we're going to hold any real resistance here. Yeah, absolutely not. Did we even do any damage? We did some damage to their shield. Fascinating. Okay. That gives me hope. They have similar amounts of armor and shields. They have roughly twice as much hull points as they have armor and shields. This guy's 10 times stronger. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll see what they decide to do here. They're heading off towards Tiblik. Okay. Noted. So, we have reinforcements in transit. Yeah, that's expected. We do have unemployment on this refinery world. We'll just go ahead and put in a generator district. We are very short on energy credits right now. Same thing over here. We will put in a generator district. Although we are currently lacking a specialist there, not a worker, so that won't actually get put in right away. Noted. This is definitely going to be interesting. 3204. Okay. Interesting, interesting. I want the first combat fleet to actually move up to here. And we'll take the second combat fleet to there as well. This is right by Wasat, which is currently a trade hub. We could refit this, however, into being a shipyard. If we felt we needed to. I'm not sure we do need to.
A station is under attack.
Yeah, that's expected. Should be very interesting to see how this plays out. It would also be interesting to see if these Hifnar Free Warriors... Hang on, can we... If we were to talk to these guys... I don't... we can from here. Okay. If we were to talk to these, can we hire mercenaries to fight these guys? Let's see, we want contacts. I don't think we can, but say these guys. We would like to hire mercenaries. 6 cruisers, 8 frigates, 16 raiders. For 9,000 energy credits. We would hire it for 9 years. I accept. Wonderful. How powerful is that force? Does that show up at our capital? That is not that powerful. Okay. Well, regardless, 8K is a step in the right direction. It'll only take them 94 days to get here as well. Now, we're probably going to throw that force away. We may end up wanting to hire a second one. I think this is a plan. We could talk to, say, the Lavis. We would like to hire... Yeah, that would be okay. We can make this happen. So we can sell some volatile motes. And I'm going to sell a few rare crystals and exotic gases as well, just to keep our energy credits stores rather high. So we're going to hire these guys. That's only 4.9k, but that's okay. That's still, actually, that is up to 7.8k now. It didn't fully calculate at first, I guess. Fine. I think we can do this. We're going to head over here instead with the first and second combat fleets. And let's get up here. Excellent. Okay, with that, that puts us at like 5,500. And then we have this battleship going to be finishing up. Actually, the battleship is finished up. It is currently in transit. Okay. Let's build the starbase up here. Hifnar are currently here. Fascinating. Are they going into the L gate? They did. They went into the L gate. Well, they're probably going to die there. But that's okay. They'll do some damage. And we can accept that. Now, we can activate the Cybrix Warforge as well. And that is something I absolutely want to do. We're going to take the third combat fleet here, and we are going to reinforce that. That's going to cost almost all of our alloys. Excellent. The second combat fleet, I would love to reinforce, but for now, we're going to say that that's good enough. We're just going to be building this quietly in the background. Excellent. Now, we do have these hangar bays that we should probably shift over to shipyards a little bit later. But that means that we're going to have, like, what, 12k or like 11k plus another 15k. It's going to be close. With the battleship, it's going to be very close. Where is that battleship? I can't help but notice that this battleship highlights this patrol route, but they're not actually on patrol. That's kind of entertaining, actually. So we're going to certainly bleed them. Direct course to the Iswiria system. Okay. That's fine for now.
A mining station has been lost.
Oh, yeah. A mining station is definitely going to be lost. Do we hire another merc? Another merc would, I think, guarantee it. We have them for 5 years. And we don't seem to pay anything for them beyond the 9k. So we could hire from, say, these guys. That's a cheaper one. Okay. We'll do it. And then we'll get them up here as well. Yeah, that one's only 5.7k. That's fine. I'm not too concerned about that. It looks like we are potentially paying in alloys. Of course, we're paying a huge amount of naval maintenance right now. This naval cap number is going to go down dramatically soon. So we're not too concerned about that. We have advanced shields available. We're not going to redesign just yet. I think we're going to grab X-ray lasers. And this naval cap plus 30 will help, but it won't be enough. That first combat fleet is still quite a long ways away. Okay. Noted.
Construction venture completed.
Go ahead and grab those mining stations for me if you could. Thank you very much. Now this guy, he's just kind of chilling at Iswiria for now. He is bombarding here. That's not the best, but it'll be okay. Yeah, they just finished off Dongle. I'm not hugely surprised by this. Are they coming towards us? They are. Okay. We need to check in on leadership. Okay. Sounds good. I want the mercs to bear the brunt. Mercs to the front. Where's our other merc group at? This is them here. Mercs to the front. And then our ships are going to sit to the back. Excellent. Here comes our third Merc army, or third Merc fleet, rather. And here we go. Now, our second army, or our second fleet, isn't here yet. They're still a ways away. So I'm very glad right now that we have 3 units of Mercs. Oh, this is going great. This is magnificent. Excellent. Okay. That went really, really well. We're going to come over here. And we may just go in only with the Mercs. Now, we don't have any repairs currently, but that's okay. And we did take a couple of losses, but nothing huge. Let's grab this science chip and start researching over here. Now, the closest L gate to here is a ways away. Okay. Interesting. Well, those Mercs definitely paid for themselves with that fight. That is absolutely huge for us. We're going to come over here and start building a starbase as soon as we can.
A study has been completed.
Yes, we are indeed going to run out of alloys and energy credits at this rate. Luckily, we won't be paying at this rate forever. Habitability, that's really good for us, actually. We're going to grab that. Excellent. Well, let's start putting these pieces back together, now that we have a fleet that is capable of destroying those guys. Our third combat fleet is still in progress, but yeah, you can see there our alloy cost and our energy credits much, much better now that we raised up our naval cap limit. These Mercs are definitely faster than us, and it looks like they repair on the way as well. So that's great. We can grab Supremacy. It's not a huge boon for us immediately, but we'll grab it nonetheless. Oh, we didn't finish Adaptability. I should have done that. I 100% should have done that. That was a mistake. Okay. Well, let's just head on up over here. Our second combat fleet did take some damage. But we're going to send the Mercs in, probably alone here, I think, and see how they do.
A study has been completed.
That should be fascinating to see. There's X-ray lasers. Good to go. And next up, we're going to grab gamma lasers. Top-level lasers. I like it. So yeah, I think I want the Mercs to group up over here. I do not want them to go in one at a time. And then we will have our combat fleets just behind. I think that's okay. We'll see how the Mercs handle this, because they performed... We performed actually dramatically better than I was expecting to. Now the Mercs are going to be ready to go before we are. We can hit this with just the Mercs and not take damage ourselves. And then come in and clean up the remainder if the Mercs don't succeed. I kind of like that. And then we can potentially look at, if the Mercs do succeed, then we can look at using the Mercs to clear the L gate while we still have them. They're definitely taking hits. There's no doubt about that. But they cleared out all the little guys.
Debris has been analyzed.
Okay. Let's retreat the Mercs. And now let's come in with our fleet before this gets a chance to do too much else. We killed all the little guys, which is a big, big deal. Ooh, that hit hurt. That hit hurt a lot. But he did not have a chance to repair. Okay. Yeah, that definitely hurt. I think we should pull back to Canopus for right now. Not like that. Not like that. Well, maybe we should just go over here. I think we can repair here, right? Yes. Yes, indeed. That is fantastic. Now, I do want to, if we can, forbid going into terminal egress for the moment. We're going to need to wait for our mercs to come back. They will come back in 4 months. That's okay. That's absolutely fine. Okay, we've regained control over Asweria, of course. We will build our mining stations here. This science ship can come over here and do some researching. There is debris over here, so we definitely want that. And things are looking pretty good for us right now. We are going to need to do some reinforcement. Now, I want to check to see... This is going into the first combat fleet. Okay, so this is the one that doesn't need a battleship. So let's get this fleet reinforced for right now. It will take time for those reinforcements to get here, but that's okay. We've got the time. Things are currently trending towards being under control. I'm not 100% convinced it is under control yet, and I won't be until we have control of terminal egress. And solid control of terminal egress at that. But I think that's okay so far. All of these are currently available. Plasma thrusters would be very, very good for us. We have a slowness problem right now. Okay. We're not going to redesign our ships again, though, until we are complete with this crisis. I think that's pretty clear. Habitability is very nice. Paradise Domes, okay, that would be nice. But, I really think that the fleet command limit and fleet supremacy, kind of more important. Well, more the fleet command limit than fleet supremacy. Excellent. So these are being repaired. We're currently lacking some alloys. How are we doing with the third combat fleet? The third combat fleet is good to go. It does need some upgrading. So we'll go ahead and get that done. Excellent. The first and second combat fleets are now repaired. I am wondering... Let's see. It probably came from back here, didn't it? No, it did not. Where is our reinforcements coming from? I'm not sure. Regardless, these guys, where are they? They are back, of course, and we need to know where exactly. They're in Asweria. Interesting. We're going to bring them up over here, then. We have a relic activation possible. That's the Blade of the Huntress. Unless we can do Cybrex Warforge again? We can. That cooldown is nowhere near as long as I thought it was. We were just mostly influence capped before. And we're going to remain influence capped for a while. We're going to need to rebuild all this. But this is going great, actually. Let's finish off our construction on the first combat fleet, and let us begin reinforcing the second combat fleet. So there's all those alloys instantly gone. And I want to check in on where those are being constructed. Canopus. Okay. Now, Canopus will be super close to the front line when we can utilize the L-Gate. We can't do that yet, though.
Our vessels have been reinvigorated.
Excellent. So this is a... Corinth Temple of Renewal is going through there. They're going to instantly lose their science ship. I'm okay with that. We do need a leader over here. Let's go ahead and put one in. And I think that unyielding or aggressive are both good. Let's go with aggressive for right now. So that brings our third combat fleet up to a strength of 6,500. That's nice. That can join us when we actually head in. So that should be great. And how much do we actually need to reinforce? According to this, 2,400 alloys. Okay. That's fine, I guess. I really do want our mercs to all get here. Okay, here they come. Okay, we're all here. Now, these guys are fully repaired. They don't seem to reinforce in terms of their ships. So we definitely took some losses on that front. I'm attempting to exit the system right now. Okay, there we go. Excellent. That took a little while. And these guys are not yet fully repaired. Let's allow them to repair up. In the meantime, let's take the 2nd and 1st combat fleets. And we are going to move them to here. In fact, we're going to move them to the LR9 Singularity, to the L Gate. Excellent. Because our mercs do in fact move faster, and actually they're done repairing right now, so let's just move them up as well. We're still lacking our reinforcements, but I think it's okay.
A study has been completed.
I think it's okay, anyway. This is interesting. It's laggy again. Okay. Yeah, that science strip just left there. There's our fleet command limit coming up. That's not naval cap, but it'll do. We'll take admin cap. That'll be fine. Now, our fleet command limit is nice, but we can't really affect much change there. So that's fine. Okay, we're getting in position over here. Let's get this force into position to also enter the vortex. And I'm just thinking here. Do we want to hire another mercenary? We may be able to. We'll have to look into it. That's 7, 12, because I want to make sure that we're going to succeed here. We can do something like that, getting us up to 18k. And let's take a look at what we can get. We can get from these guys. I wanted to talk to them. Okay, still laggy. Not sure why this is suddenly becoming super laggy when doing these things. Like, the game is literally paused right now, but okay. I'd like to hire additional mercs. Yes, her chosen champions. There we go. Okay. 356 days versus 246 versus 548. Okay, our cannon's mod is. Well, this is going to be interesting. We are moving into position. Oh man, this lag though. Well, I'm going to be restarting the game after this episode. Hopefully that'll fix it. It only seems to be when, like, loading new resources. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see what's going on with that. But we're going to be ready to go in quite soon. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, but I would say that we are past the super dangerous point now. And we are going to take over the L cluster. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.